You have to train with like reckless abandonment. You have to go in there and train like it's the last day on earth. You gotta go in there and just fuck shit up. And I feel like I lost that part of me. And now I feel like I'm regaining it all back. And that's what made the mutant. That's who made me who I am. And training with that reckless abandonment, there's no pussyfooting around. There's no fucking around. You gotta train angry. You know, when it comes to that set, that top set, I always just reminisce in my head of thinking about my parents and how much they supported me to get me here. And if I'm tired, I don't want to say they're depending on me, but like, I'm not here to let them down. This is a big moment. I can't fuck around and slack off on this shit. This is my back's against the wall. I know that, and I gotta go fuck shit up in the gym and become that mutant that I used to be. You know, I never thought my life would come down to being best friends with a ginger. It was me, his significant other, and mine at the time. We went on a double date, went to the Cheesecake Factory, of course. And afterwards, I just said, yo, you want to train tomorrow? And he was just like, yeah. And we just trained every day since. And then we just became solid friends. And I just think Danilo has a pure heart. I think Danilo isn't selfish in the slightest way. I think he just likes to help people. I think he's just a caring individual. And he's been very loyal to me. And when people show that, I give that person everything. And Danilo he's become a brother to me, even outside the gym. If he woke up tomorrow and was like, yo, I don't want to train with you now. You're getting too deep. I think I'd be like, cool, bro, we'll hang out later. You know, like it's past training, you know, we're family at this point. I'm locked in, you know, especially now, you know, we're about to be 8 weeks out on Saturday. It's game time. And I even told Danilo, I said, it's gonna get to a point, bro, we're just gonna put headphones on and there ain't no talking, there's no bullshit, there's no joking. I'm also trying to find like a balance, but also enjoying and making jokes and having fun. But then I also, to a degree, you know, want to have that fine line, because I do feel like that serious part of who I used to be is what got me as far as I did. So like I expressed to him, I was like, there's gonna come a point where like that's gonna come back, and I'm just gonna go fully lock in mode, and we're not gonna talk. I'll push you through your sets, you push me through mine. I'll let you know what the next exercise is gonna be when it's time, and we just keep it moving. There's no stopping. It's just move. So like for me, this is obviously a job, right? And I feel like you have to train with like reckless abandonment. Like you have to go in there and train like it's the last day on earth. Of course, train proper, make sure you feel the muscle, make sure you're contracting, controlling the eccentrics and all that other cool shit, but you gotta go in there and just fuck shit up. I feel like I lost that part of me. And now I feel like I'm regaining it all back. And that's what made the mutant. That's who made me who I am. In training with that reckless abandonment, there's no pussyfooting around. There's no fucking around. You gotta train angry. You know, when it comes to that set, that top set, I always just reminisce in my head of all the shit that got me to this point. Even if it's not about, you know, the bad shit in my life, even if it's like thinking about my parents and how much they supported me to get me here. And if I'm tired, I can't bitch out on this set. I don't want to say they're depending on me, but like, I'm not here to let them down. This is a big moment. Everybody in the world that supports me, especially this year that still supports me, I can't fuck around and slack off on this shit. This is my back's against the wall. I know that, and I gotta go fuck shit up in the gym and become that mutant that I used to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I missed 2 Olympias in a row, right? And obviously, again, there were certain decisions I had to make in life that I thought was holding that person inside, and I couldn't bring it back out a little bit. And I knew what I had to do. And I just kept thinking to myself, like, you gotta find it. It's in you, it's a part of you, and it's never gonna leave you. You just gotta bring that shit back out. No matter what you have to do, you gotta do it. And I even remember having a conversation with my dad. We and him had like a little one-on-one. It was through text, I believe, and he was just like, you gotta prep the way you used to prep, man. Like the way you prepped for the Arnold when you won, the way you prepped for New York when you won your first Olympia. He's like, you gotta lock the fuck in and block everything the fuck out. And obviously, like, when I have these talks with, you know, my parents, especially my dad, because my dad works a lot, so I don't really talk to him as much as I would like. So when we have serious conversations, I take a lot of that shit to heart. So it was just, that was a moment where I'm like, yeah, I gotta do what I gotta do. You know, at the end of the day, this is my career, and this is a make or break. And I say it till I'm blue in the face. So I don't have time to make a mistake. I don't have time to fuck around. I don't have time to lollygag. Like I said, I'm still trying to just, you know, have fun with it. But I also know who I am and what has gotten me this far. And that's just being a fucking savage. And that's the savage is coming back, and people are gonna see it in 8 fucking weeks. And at the end of the day, I may have not won yet, but I also know when I'm in the lineup, it's gonna get real confusing really fast on who's gonna win now. For me, it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. And until when, I'm gonna keep talking shit. After I win Pittsburgh, it's Olympia time. And I've already missed it 2 years. So now I have to present something that's just gonna go, oh shit. Rebound phase after a show is my favorite part, because I know how to master a rebound phase to the point where, like, I can gain the most size in a rebound phase than anybody probably could in an off season. You have to know how to do it properly, and I that is my favorite time after a show, is to train and have fun. That's why, like, when I said chill out, like, knowing me, I would probably train hard for a good 4 to 6 weeks after, and then probably chill a little bit for like a week or 2, you know, then probably, you know, get back into the game mode of things. I don't know the exact time, but I want to say it's like 18 weeks after Pittsburgh to Olympia, I believe. And I'll be peeled, right? So I don't have to prep for 18 fucking weeks. Well, knowing Kyle, he'll probably keep me pretty lean and probably, you know, start hammering around 12 weeks out. If I know Kyle the way I know Kyle.
It's a good song, bro. It's a great song.
I just want to regain myself back. I want to win Pittsburgh and then win the Olympia. And then become who I know I can become. It's not about the internet. It's not about what people have to say. It's about me. It's about proving myself right. improving everyone else around me that believes in me, right? I could give a shit what people have to say. It fuels me for sure. I love it, but I don't give a shit. What matters to me are the people that have stood by me through every up and down. Those are the ones I'm here to prove right, and that's it.
This shit keep you up at night?
Actually, it does. It does. I have had some hard sleeps the past few weeks.
What are those internal thoughts like?
More so, not negative, but like now that like my body's just in a groove and improving, I'm just motivated, and I don't want to stop. I just want to keep working and working. And as much as I know rest is the most important thing, I don't want to rest. I just want to keep going. I just want to keep getting better and better because I know where this is going to go now.
Like you're oozing this energy that I've not seen since I've met you, and I've seen it since this episode and the last episode. Where do you think that is coming from?
Being at peace with decisions that had to be made and finally letting go. As hard as those moments are, I feel like, and this goes for anyone, I feel like when you finally just kind of reach that point and let go, everything becomes okay. And you find that person again. And I will emphasize a million times, it's not easy by any means. But each day, gradually but surely just gets better and better. Allow yourself to feel, because even when the days are getting better, you will have moments in those days. You're gonna feel it a little bit. You might reminisce on the past. You might cry a little bit. That's okay. That's part of it. It's part of healing. It's part of getting better. Feel it all. And in time, without even realizing it, like you've just said, because I don't, you're gonna have that spark, that little glow about you that you don't even realize is there. And I think by you saying that proves the point. You don't need to realize it. It just comes. And I think that's something anyone who's going through shit can learn from. Don't try to force the glow, right? Just let it happen, because it will. If you think too much about it, you're gonna stress about it, and then it's not gonna happen. Focus on yourself, focus on the healing, focus on finding the happiness, do things that make you happy, and all that will come in time.
Best advice to somebody who is having trouble letting go?
What's the reason to not let go? What's making you hold on? And then find the reasons that are important to let go. Do you think you'll be happier letting go? Do you think staying is worth it? Do you feel like whatever you're trying to hold on to is taking away from your happiness, taking away from yourself? And are you only staying because of potential of what you think something could be? Or are you, what are you really staying for? Do you actually want to stay where you're at? Or is it just potential? Because if it's potential, you're just going to end up ruining yourself more, because odds are those things aren't going to come into play. So I think it's very important that you make a list on both sides of the negatives and the positives, and figure out what's going to make you happier, even if it's going to cause you pain in the moment, because pain in the moment for long-term happiness is worth it versus quick happiness and long-term not happy, for lack of a better term, isn't going to help the situation. Never stay in a situation just for comfort, if that's what the situation is. Choose yourself. If you're not happy, you got to choose yourself, no matter how hard it is.
I noticed that you've lived here for a while, and there's a table and a couch and a TV. It's a bro house. Have you not decorated your house and made your house feel like more of a home because you're scared, or you think that you're kind of moving in and you're still living in that thing where you're just like always on the move? Or are you just busy and dealing with bodybuilding?
You want me to answer that truthfully? Okay. It's a mixture of both. if you want me to be honest with you. Obviously, I've never truly actually decorated a house. I've always just been content with a nice TV, as long as I got a kitchen and a couch. I've always kind of been content that way, but I also understand, what that means. But on the other side of things, yeah, I am very much thinking I will leave again, and I'll be completely open and transparent, because I never got rid of my house in Vegas for reasons. And I felt like everything that I came back here for failed. So even now, I struggle with, why am I here? Outside of, Raw being here and very close friends like you guys here, what's my purpose in Florida? To a degree, I was happier in Vegas. I enjoyed Vegas a lot more, but also because of the amount of friends I did make here, it makes it harder to want to leave. And I don't want to say I'm going to run from it, because I'm certainly here dealing with it. But like I said, you have to put yourself first, and you got to go where you think you're going to be happy. And I guess I'm struggling still within that, because like I said, everything that I came back here for failed, so in the back of my mind, those failed. And to a degree, I feel like I'm the failure for it, even though I'm not truly at fault for it, and I shouldn't blame myself. I don't like to fail. I don't like it. It's not a good feeling, even though, again, I don't think those situations were completely 100% my fault. It puts a bad taste in my mouth. Because I've always said, like, I want to be close to my family, right? And then I go home back to Jersey and stay there for a little while. And I'm like, I can't live here, dog. Jersey sucks.
Living down the street, though, it's different.
Yeah, but that is also something I struggle, because I think of the same shit, right? Like, my mom's, she might get mad at me for saying, I think she's 57, 58 maybe. She's somewhere in the late 50s. And my dad's a year older, right? So, like, they're not getting younger, right? And my brother just had a kid, and those are things where, like, I sit down sometimes and I'm like, I want to be around for that, but then, like, I also have to include my bodybuilding career, and bodybuilding in Jersey, just, that ain't it. It's just not it. So for me, it's like I said, it's just kind of about finding that middle ground, and I just think at the end of the day, it's a balancing act. I don't think I could ever go back and live fully in Jersey. Maybe, I don't know, when my time ends in the career, and then I would say, hey, I'll go home. But right now, I don't think it's reasonable for me to do that. But at the same time, it sucks, because you want to be around for those moments. You want to be present. You want to, as much as me and my mom butt heads, and like, dude, we butt heads like every fucking day. Like, we literally just butt heads yesterday. I miss just sitting on the couch and butting heads with my mom in person, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Fuck a phone call. Like, let's argue face to face. Fuck that, Sitting on the couch, just watching a movie. There was times me and my mom, like, we had a thing when I was younger, every Halloween, 30 days straight, because that's my favorite holiday. We would go on Netflix and watch, like, the most dumbest fucking Halloween movies we could find. Like, the dumbest shit. And some would be so dumb that it's good. You know what I'm talking about? But we would do that for, like, almost every Halloween. And I miss that shit. I miss doing the dumb shit, the little shit. The little shit, you realize as you get older, the big shit don't matter, bro. It's the little shit that truly means the most. Like I said earlier, I don't talk to my dad that often, because he's up 3 in the morning. He gets home probably 7, 8 at night, eats, goes right to bed, right? So I don't really talk to him. So I miss just seeing him in person for 5 minutes before he goes to bed. Even my brother, I don't talk to him as often, but I miss just hanging out with my brother. I miss, even when I got to see his kid, like, that was a cool moment for me. And those moments, I cherish that. And of course I miss him. It sucks that even now I only get to see my family, you know, holidays and for my shows. And even for my shows, I don't count it. I really don't, because I'm not all checked in, you know what I mean? I'm obviously dieting, right? So I'm a little cranky. I'm focused on the show, and as much as I'm thankful that they're here to support, I also feel guilty sometimes because my parents spend money to come see me, and it's like I can't give them my full attention, and it sucks, you know. So I have to wait, you know, until holidays, and even on holidays, sometimes I just don't even feel like that's long enough.
All of that even makes me think, like, on set, some days I'm just like, bro, is any of this shit even worth it? Like, what is?
Well, no, I think about that too, because like, as crazy as this shit is, my mom's got like fantastic blood work, and that woman's stressed to the nine and eats like dog shit. Not now though. She's losing weight. She's doing her thing. But she'd go get blood work done, and that shit, she's like, I'm great. And low key, I'm like, fuck you. You know what I mean? But then my dad, he doesn't have the best health. He's got a lot of issues. And it's like, you know, it's like you said, what would I do if I wake up one morning from a call and say, hey, yo, your dad, he's not here. And I'm not there. I'm not even around. Those are things that I definitely think very hard about. And I just think, you know, again, as you get older, I want to be able to just cherish the moments more. So like even now when I go home, I mean, even if I do train, I'll train like 6 a.m. I don't train my normal because I want to have the day with them. I don't want to worry about, oh, I got to go work out. You know, if I do, I don't mind getting up a little earlier and giving them the entire day. Or honestly, because sometimes depending on when I go home, it's cold as shit in Jersey. And when I'm cold, I don't want to work out. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll just chill for the day. But you realize life is unfortunately can be very short. And if it's not short, time just goes by very fast. And you realize it, you'll look back 20 years from now and go, I wasn't there enough. And I think that's the last thing I want to look back and say to myself.